Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodrigues. Short notice fight in the middleweight division, and it's a 50-50 one. According to the betting odds, this one could literally go either way. And I'm going to check again. Christian Leroy Duncan is now a pretty sizable favorite at minus 142 and minus 145 on the betting odds right there. So they are going for their hometown guy to win this fight. He is taller than Gregory Rodrigues. He's a little bit younger than Gregory Rodrigues, and he has been doing very, very well in the UFC. Was able to beat Dusko Todorovic by TKO in his debut, knock out Dennis Chelinin, and knock out Claudio Ribeiro. So 3 wins in the UFC, 3 knockouts in the UFC. Very, very impressive. His only loss to Armen Petrosyan, a guy, well, Gregory Rodrigues has also lost to in the UFC's middleweight division. He lost by split decision. But if you do know anything about a guy like Gregory Rodrigues, he's also going out there trying to get the knockout. He's 6-2 in the UFC. His last 2 wins, both by knockout. His other 2 wins when he was on that 2-fight losing streak, both by knockout. Got a knockout win on Jun Park as well, which is very, very legit. And his only decision was against Dusko Todorovic in his debut. So my guy has not won a decision since 2021. 3 years straight of only winning knockouts. Same pretty much could be said for Christian Leroy Duncan. So I think this is going to be, for the most part, a striking fight. And I think that's what Christian Leroy Duncan wants, is of course a good striking fight, a good Muay Thai battle, a kickboxing battle. But Gregory Rodrigues, one thing, if you don't know now, you'll know, Dana White, is Gregory's got a great judo background. I think he'll lose round 1 due to Christian just keeping at range, using that height and length to land on Gregory at range and have him come in and eat punches. But I think in round number 2, Gregory's pressure and volume is going to come in on Christian Leroy Duncan, where Gregory's just going to land some big shots, and that gets the guard up really, really high to defend the big shots of Gregory, because we know Gregory has that power. And I think that's where Gregory's going to decide, well, Christian Leroy Duncan hasn't been against a guy that can go as hard as I can. He hasn't been against the guy that's going to mix in the grappling and the wrestling as much as I can. And when Gregory gets the takedown, and when he's able to get top position on his opponents, my gosh, Gregory Rodrigues is dangerous. If he gets on top of you, he's elbowing you, he's ground and pounding you, he is cutting you open, and he's probably going to finish you. I don't think he'll finish Christian Leroy Duncan here, but I think he loses round 1 in what will be technical striking. Round 2, he's going to really put a pace on, really put that pressure on the newcomer in Christian Leroy Duncan. I think it's going to hurt him on the feet, mix in a takedown. It's going to be a pretty dominant round number 2. And I think round 3 is just going to be an all-out war, where Gregory's coming forward. Christian wobbles Gregory. Gregory wobbles Christian Leroy Duncan, and takedowns are mixed in. Ground and pound from Gregory. And I think it goes 29-28 in the side of Gregory Rodrigues. It's going to be very close, in my opinion. Again, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's short notice for Gregory. Maybe he's not going to have the gas tank. He was training to fight on July 13th, which is 2 weeks before this fight with Christian Leroy Duncan. Gregory was supposed to fight Antonio Tricoli before Antonio Tricoli got moved to UFC UFC Saudi Arabia to fight Shara Bullet Magomedov. So he's had a training camp. He's been training. He's been getting better. He's been improving. And I think he'll use that to win this fight. I think this is going to be the one. I just went out and showed you he's got so many knockout wins, only a decision win 3 or 4 years ago. But I think this is going to be the one that goes all the way and is really going to be that proving fight for Leroy Duncan. If Leroy's able to win this one, he is a middleweight contender at that point, and he'd probably deserve maybe a fight inside of that top 15 or maybe one more. But if you beat a guy like Gregory, you are close to that top 15. This is going to be such a close one. A lot of motivation from Christian, fighting a much better opponent than he was originally scheduled to fight. It should be really, really fun. And again, I'm going to look at the entire card really quickly before I end this video. And just see, because I think this could be fight of the night. If it does go the way I'm saying it could go, and go the full 3 rounds, I think this is a very, very likely 3-round fight of the night type of fight between Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodrigues. And I don't know. I don't know. The Tom Aspinall fight's probably going to end early. Leon Bilal is not going to be fun at all, in my opinion. Bobby Patty, Arnold Giga, Mokayev. yeah, this is my fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Leroy Duncan, Gregory Rodrigues, 50K bonus for both, and a Gregory Rodrigues 29-28 decision. I can't wait.